Good morning to one and all present here. I am Nivisha Chaudhary.
And I am Trisha Shankar.
Today, we are honored to have amidst us Dr. Shobhana Radhakrishna, guest of honor, and Mr. Ravi Chopra. First and foremost, a very warm welcome to our esteemed guests at GIIS Singapore Smart Campus.
It is with great pleasure that I take this opportunity to introduce our guest of honor, Dr. Shobhana Radhakrishna, who is an internationally acclaimed speaker on the philosophy of Mahatma Gandhi. Brought up in the Mahatma Gandhi Sevagram settlement in Wortha, Dr. Radhakrishna has cultivated a strong ideological connection with Mahatma Gandhi's ideals since childhood. She has established organizations to work for Sarvodaya, Gram Swaraj, and constructive programs. She has over 4 decades of experience in social work in different parts of India and has dedicated her life to the cause of serving the poor. She is the chief functionary of the Gandhian Forum for Ethical Corporate Governance, formed under the aegis of the Standing Conference of Public Enterprises, New Delhi. She has given 282 talks in 39 major public sector enterprises for disseminating Gandhian values and regularly addresses young probationary officers of the Indian Civil Service.
Dr. Radhakrishna has given 267 Gandhi Katha lectures in 135 countries, facilitated by the Ministry of External Affairs and the Ministry of Culture, Government of India, as part of the 150th birth anniversary celebrations of Mahatma Gandhi from 2018 to 2021. She has also given keynote addresses at the UN office in several countries organized by Indian Mission in respective countries of the UN International Day of Nonviolence. During the commemoration of the 75th anniversary of India's independence, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, she conducted a series of online certificate courses on Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy, hosted by 109 Indian Mission for international participants. Indian Mission in 89 countries has hosted tributes by her for paying homage to Mahatma Gandhi on his martyrs' day in 2021, 2022, and 2023.
Dr. Radhakrishna has been recognized by the Ministry of Rural Development, Government of India as an eminent citizen from 2010 to 2013 and is the advisor and key resource person for Gandhipedia, the social media platform of the Ministry of Culture, Government of India. She is also the trustee of the Lal Bahadur Shastri Memorial Trust and advisor to the National Coalition for Education, India, and a member of the International Association of Studies on the Mediterranean and the East in Rome, Italy.
Please give a warm round of applause to welcome our guest of honor, Dr. Shobhana Radhakrishna. And we would be honored if you could address the gathering.
Namaste to all of you. Very happy to be here today. And I had gone to your earlier campus. I don't know whether you were studying there or not. That was a couple of years ago. In Queenstown, yeah. So I had a very different image of your campus. When I came here, I was very surprised to see the building, which was different. So I'm happy to be here. We live in New Delhi. My husband, Dr. Ravi Chopra, is busy organizing the presentation. And I have come here to be with our daughter for a couple of days. And I would like to thank your principal for agreeing to organize this small interaction, and Mr. Raj, who has been our primary contact in Singapore, who has, on the request of the High Commission of India, has organized a couple of talks, and this is the second. So I would be very happy now. I found out I visited the Gandhi statue. Then I was taken to the Gandhi Center. It's beautiful. And I believe all of you regularly visit the Gandhi Center every month. So when was the last time you visited the Gandhi Center? Yeah.
I am last year during the MUN.
That was last year.
Yes, sir.
So you are all from the same class? This is the senior class sitting here?
which all
All of you are from the 8th standard. So all of you, like last year only you must have visited. So what I believe that every month there is a value, a universal value that you all work on. Which one is that universal value that you worked on last year? Remember any of that?
For your assembly.
In the assembly, anybody?
For your assembly.
No?
Put up any assembly, children?
For your assembly
Something which starts with R.
Yeah. So yeah, one student there. Yes.
Yeah. Respect and tolerance. Okay. And since that time last year, whenever you visited, what all have you done to demonstrate uh, respect and tolerance till today? So, because there are so many facilities, and this is a absolutely a very futuristic school where everything is digitalized except human beings. We are all normal people, and we will remain normal people. So, how have you demonstrated respect and tolerance? One value from here and one value from there. Anybody? Which one do you want to take? R or T? R.
Ma'am, for respect, ma'am, you respect the elders, like whenever they came to meet them, and like what, like back, yeah, talk back.
Have you practiced that?
I mean, that parents came.
Only with elders right now.
I'm not elders, not yes.
Yeah.
Use the mic, use the mic.
Ma'am, tolerance, yeah, like, we are supposed to like tolerate others' opinions. We are supposed to hear them out and not just bounce on them and just shut them up. We are first need to hear them, and then we need to do a stance instead of just cutting them off. So we need to tolerate what they are saying.
And then what do you do? After tolerating what they are saying, then what do you do?
If you don't agree with it, you can say it in a polite way or just ignore it.
One of the main reasons for tolerance is patience. You need to hear them out and then if you disagree with politely way and then let you respect them. So tolerance is one of the main keys respect. You have to respect anyone. Like if they're younger than you or elder than you, you have to respect them. Tolerate their opinions or anything.
Can you give me an example
Like if
in your from your personal life?
So once me and my brother were going, so my brother said let's play this, and then I was disagreeing. So but in that case I tolerated, I was patient. I politely disagreed that like it's for kids, like it was a toy to me.
Okay. Very nice. And anyone else? Yeah.
Ma'am, actually, ma'am, there's also a lot of other experiences that many of us face which are related to respect and tolerance. Many of us do not follow some, but many of us do follow. Tolerance is basically good and is actually same as respect. When both are there, then only we can actually follow it. For example, when you respect others' opinion, then only we can tolerate. Then only we can tolerate them. For example, in a presentation, if me and my friend are working together, we need to respect their opinion. Then only we can go forward in the process.
Thank you so much. And I'm 100% sure there are so many examples each of you can give, and you have your own experiences from which you can talk. And in the school also, you may be really doing a lot of thinking about it or talking about it. So it's very nice. So when you hear about someone, some leader, some person who was very tolerant or very respectful, whose name would you like to take first as a role model? Yeah, so many. Bhagat Singh, okay. May I finish with those people then, please? Okay. Okay. Here. You are only referring to the leaders from India. Would you like to think about the world leaders also? Yes, please. I'll come back to you after they finish. Okay, finished.
Isn't that world leaders or even in our life?
Okay, from your life.
Not our parents.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Somebody who I know was really tolerant and respectful was from Emperor Akbar.
But you know him personally? Or you've read about him? You've read about him. Okay. All right.
Ma'am, Martin Luther King Jr.
Okay.
Nelson Mandela.
All right.
Bal Gangadhar Tilak.
Okay.
Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel.
Oh, okay. Lovely. Obama. Okay. All right. Fine. So, what is that one thing in common that all of them had? Yeah. Udham Singh. Okay. All right. So all of you have expressed, told me the names in the context of having tolerance and respect. And Sardar Patel, as you said, was very much influenced by Mahatma Gandhi. Even Obama, even Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, and a couple of names that you have taken were, these people had a lot of respect and treated Mahatma Gandhi as the role model. So today I have come to talk about Mahatma Gandhi. And why? Because I am not related to Gandhiji. I am just like you and everyone else. I am also someone who lived in Mahatma Gandhi's ashrams. Now, you must have gone to certain ashrams here, I don't know, back in India and all that. But that ashram that I grew up and which Mahatma Gandhi set up were models of sustainable living. And by sustainable living, what comes into your mind? Yeah. Okay, right. Yeah.
Some utilizing your resources instead of wasting a lot.
Okay.
Utilizing your resources, not wasting and not emitting too much of any pollutants that you have in your waste.
Yeah.
Conserving and sustaining and using economically using resources.
Yeah. So, by sustainable living, you are mostly talking about using the resources that are available within a certain radius, within a vicinity, and not wasting things. How about from here? What is the picture that you have in mind when you are talking about sustainable living? Yeah.
And basically using the resources around you
Yeah.
to make
A better world.
Okay.
Saving the resources for the next generation.
Yeah. Do you have a quote that Gandhiji had said? Have you heard about a quote that Gandhiji had said about this exact thing? No, you don't know. Okay. So now you see a picture here, and this is the ashram or the community that Mahatma Gandhi had established in 1936 in a place called Wardha or Maharashtra, which was also known as the Sevagram Ashram. As you can see, all the material that he used was from the surrounding, and it is a very simple architecture, and he used to live in a very eco-friendly way. And these are the structures, and it is nowadays also called minimalistic living. That means you do not use so much resources which are not really required by you, and you do whatever minimum you can do with is what you do. So Gandhiji was perhaps the first example of someone when the word ecology also was not very prevalent. At that time, he used all those things that you explained about sustainable living in a very direct way in all the settlements that he created for people where everybody could live in harmony with each other. The basic thing in tolerance and respect is also to create harmony and not to live in hatred and live in intolerance by saying that okay, you talk like this or you dress like this, you're following this kind of ethics and values, and I am the one who wants to follow this. So all these things were merged in his ashram, and it was a very simplistic living. But one thing which was uncommon was that he lived in all his settlements in absolute poverty. He gave up everything. Do you know how many careers he had? When you all grow up, what do you want to become? Yeah.
A scientist.
You want to become a scientist. And how about you all? Yeah. Pilot and a scientist. Yeah. Astronaut. Very good. Yeah, please go ahead.
Speak loudly, children.
Couldn't hear, bacha.
Engineer.
Engineer. Yes, please. Wow. Medical surgeon. Yeah.
Rocket scientist.
Another scientist. Yeah.
I'm software engineer.
Right.
I'm a lawyer. I'm a lawyer.
I'm a space scientist.
Oh wow. Okay.
I'm policeman.
Wow. Okay.
Doctor.
All right. Here also I have all those very bright young people wanting to become something. When you grow up.
What's wrong with the girls?
Girls are.
Become anything? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I want to be an auditor.
Okay.
IT engineer.
Wow.
Cardiologist.
Wow.
And medical.
Medical.
Neurosurgeon.
Okay. All right. So I haven't heard from girls as much. So one or two girls are raising hands. Yeah. Pardon? Businesswoman. Yeah, right.
Front. Fast in the front.
Musician.
Okay. So can you sing for me something now that you are on the path of becoming a musician?
Singer.
Can you sing? Singer also. So there are two singers. Do you know any one bhajan of Mahatma Gandhi which he really liked? Because in the ashram, where is the ashram has gone by? You've seen the picture. There was a big ground, and Gandhiji used to hold. Oh, yeah, there are more people coming in. Which one do you know? Can you sing it for me? The singers may help.
You all know it? You know it? Okay, sing.
So can we?
Okay, sing.
If, 1, 2, 3, start.
Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram Patita Pavan Sitaram. Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram Patita Pavan Sitaram. ईश्वर अल्लाह तेरो नाम सबको सम्मति दे भगवान. ईश्वर अल्लाह तेरो नाम सबको सम्मति दे भगवान. रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम.
Thank you so much. In the last line, you said something sabko? Sanmati. What is Sanmati according to you?
How am I supposed to?
Alright. Anybody from here, please? Sanmati. Mati. Okay, let's go back to Mati. What is Mati? Buddhi. It's another way of saying Buddhi. So, let everybody get good knowledge. Let everybody have good wisdom to convert that knowledge that you gain into wisdom. And how does one do that? We all learn so much. We all imbibe so many influences from the classroom, from outside, from your home, from your parents, from everybody. So that is generally knowing about getting the knowledge. But how do you convert the knowledge into wisdom? Any idea? By practicing on it, by making that reflect in your conduct. That's how these universal values have to be imbibed. You remember just going to the Gandhi Center and thinking about those values for a certain days is not enough. There was this role model that I would like to tell you, Gandhiji, who was like you all, like us all. He was an ordinary person, ordinary child, ordinary man, ordinary grown-up, a person. But he had one quality, and he called himself as a practical idealist. Because whatever he heard, whatever he learned, whatever he saw, if he liked it, he immediately started putting it into practice without waiting for anyone, because he wanted to try out that. Unless you try out something, unless you experiment with something, you will not know whether it is right or wrong. So this is what Gandhiji was, and that is how he became a person who was very transparent and open. There was no difference between what he said, what he thought, what he said, and what he did. He was a person who walked his talk. So that is something one needs to be impressed about Gandhiji, because he was very simply, he defined truth. He said, utter as you think and act as you utter. Whatever you are thinking, whatever you are saying, and whatever you are doing must be in harmony. There should be no discrepancy. So I was talking about the careers that you would like to take up when you grow up, and definitely you will be studying for it, and definitely you will be focusing on it. So like that, Gandhiji also wanted to be a doctor. Many people do not know about it.
but he had this intense desire to serve people. I don't know why you all want to become doctors or medical caregivers or whatever, cardiologists and all that, because these days the entire outlook is different. More than serving others, it is to serve oneself, to go ahead in the competition and to make sure that you reach the top by hook or crook. So that is the way things are in the world, and that is the way things were. Yes, please.
Ma'am, the only reason a lot of parents force their kids to become either a doctor or a lawyer is because those jobs are high paid.
Yes. But whether the child is interested in that or not, I don't know. But anyway, so Gandhiji was not forced into becoming a doctor, and later on he was, of course, he could not realize his dream, because in the family that he was born, they didn't force him to become a doctor, but he retained the quality of serving others. So he started by serving his parents, as many of you said. For you, the role models from where you learn the most are your parents. So he served his parents, he served his neighbors, and later on that service expanded to humanity. It did not remain enclosed in a very close space. It just, he dedicated his life to the service of humanity. And that's something you need to think about. That's something which you need to remember, how to serve others. And there is a very beautiful quote by Gandhiji in the Gandhi Center, which I visited, and you can refer back to it and think about how he did it. Maybe best thing is to study more about him. Wherever you find role models, remember, children, to study more about them, to read up the facts, to know what it is that people are talking about and what it is that is written in the literature that is available for them from their writings or from whichever sources, because best is to read what they have said and what they have done in their life. So Gandhiji then studied to become a barrister. There's a lawyer, aspiring lawyer here. You were the one. Yeah. So he became a lawyer at the age of 21 years. He studied in London and became a barrister. But he became much more than that. He didn't stop learning. He didn't stop serving, or he didn't stop being a student even after that. There are so many things that he did. He was a freedom fighter. He was a social organizer and an activist who worked very hard for removing the injustice that Indians were facing in South Africa because of the racial discrimination for 20 years, and then in India for the freedom of the country. He was also a social reformer who worked to eradicate lots of different problems in our country, in India, and for the empowerment, for the emancipation of women. He wanted women to take a front role and get out of the house and take part in the freedom struggle, because women are known for their inherent ability of sacrifice and self-suffering. So he was always encouraging women to come out and take part in the national struggle. He was also a religious thinker, because though he was born in a Hindu family, he had respect for all the religions of the world. He had tolerance for people practicing different religions, and that is how he had many, many friends of people from different cultures and religions and ethnicity. But he said that one should try and learn, understand the essence of all the religions, because all the religions point to the same truth. And that is why it is important to learn the essence and be tolerant towards people who have different point of views, who have different way of their lives. He was also a visionary. As I said, much before the world ever heard the word ecological imbalance and climate crisis, etc., Gandhiji was already warning people that excessive materialism and consumerism will only drain the resources of the world. He said, Earth has enough for man's need, but not for man's need. Another career that he had was that of a writer. Have you seen the newspapers that Gandhiji used to bring out? Anybody who has seen what Gandhiji used to write or read what he wrote? And it is, can you guess where it is displayed? Yeah? In the library. And where else? Something like this you may have seen somewhere. Yeah.
I mean, the ashram, the second floor, there was going to be
In the Gandhi Center, you mean? Yeah. So that's where you will also see something like this. For 4 decades of his life, he edited newspapers, 4 decades. And that too in multi-languages. As you can see, he wrote in Gujarati, English, Hindi, as well as in Tamil. So that's how much he used to write. And he also wrote so much that his collected works run into more than 99 volumes. Can you imagine 99 volumes of books? And what is it called? The collected works of Mahatma Gandhi. So if you ever have a chance to read something out of it, it would be very nice to understand the man. And he also wrote something like 200 letters every day. 200 letters daily. How many letters do you write? Maybe, how many? None. Hardly any. Right now, it's only a matter of, okay, so emails or whatever, messages. So like that, these days, it's a different kind of communication that we follow, but that's how many letters he used to write. So you can imagine that he was an ordinary person, I said, who became an extraordinary seeker after transforming himself. And he also had only 24 hours at his disposal, like all of us do. So how do you think he did all this? What was that one management that he knew which would work? What would that be? Tell me. Yeah. Hard work. Okay. Right. Anybody else? Yeah? I couldn't hear you. Yeah.
Louder voices than this.
Maybe you should remove the willpower. Yeah. Focus.
And
Perseverance. Yes, please. Dedication, and there are 2 coming in from here. And then, all right. Right. So, one thing which was very special was time management, and of course, all these qualities matter. Punctuality mattered a lot. He was a very, very punctual person. And in the ashram where I grew up, the bell used to ring 56 times in a day. That's how many times that's how much work one had to do with all these attributes that you described. And he used each and every minute, so much so that people used to call him slave of the watch. But that's what you need to become if you need to realize your dreams and serve the society. So with that example of a role model, since I had only half an hour, I would like to thank all of you for your participation. You all were very attentive, very eager to understand what I'm saying. Maybe you saw certain photographs also. Have you heard of the word Satyagraha? So this is a full thing which we would like you to know later on, because it is something which would be helpful in fighting against injustice in a non-violent way. So with this, I thank the school, the principal, Mr. Raj, the High Commission, and teachers, and everyone who made this possible, and especially all of you who are present here, not digitally, but personally, that makes a difference. And I'm so very thankful for your presence. Thank you and namaskar.
Thank you, ma'am, for your interactive and insightful session.
May I request Ms. Melissa Maria, Principal, GIIS Smart Campus, to felicitate our guest of honor.
Thank you so much.
May I request our guest of honor to sign the guest book.
Wherever you want to write. Right? So, question one also. Yeah.
I want to also I'll share
Ma'am, shall I say that?
I was in Sweden interacting with class 9 children, like you very bright children who have been studying about Gandhiji since the past 3 months, because they knew I was going to come and interact with them. So their teachers made sure that children learned so many things about Mahatma Gandhi very wonderfully. And they were very happy, and some children came walking to me and they said, we liked your talk about Gandhiji because he was a cool guy. You know, cool guy. That's what we mean by saying cool guy. So they said, he did what he said. And that's what cool means. I hope that same thing means cool to you also. Thank you so much.
Yes, girls.
Thank you, Dr. Shobhana Radhakrishna, and thank you, Melissa ma'am, for doing the honors. May I invite Mr. Rajesh Kumar, OPM member, to address the
Namaste all. Very quickly, I would like to give a vote of thanks to, especially to Indian High Commission, who give us this opportunity to have Madam Shobhana Radhakrishna and Raviji. Also, I would like to thanks the Global Indian International School, Principal Ma'am Alisa, Atulji, Mamtaji, and Kaustubji. I spoke to them, and immediately they accept the call. Also, I would like to thanks to all of you that you are here and you are very attentive, and it was a engagement session kind of. Also, I would like to thanks Madam Shobhana Radhakrishna ji, who really I personally learned a lot of clarity I got from the talks, different talks. We have another talk on 16th morning with the Hindu Endowment Board, Sinda and Sifas. So I would like to invite some of the teachers if they would like to come. Once again, thank you so much. Thank you.
As we conclude today's event, I take this opportunity to propose the vote of thanks.
Just a minute, please. How did you like the presentation?
It was great.
Children, was it interesting? The presentation was great. So, would you like to thank Dr. Ravi Chopra ji also for that? He prepared the presentation, so we would all like to clap for him.
As we conclude today's event, I take this opportunity to propose the vote of thanks. Our esteemed guest of honor, Dr. Shobhana Radhakrishna, Mr. Ravi Chopra, Gopiya member Mr. Rajesh Kumar, principal ma'am, teachers and students. It was a great honor and privilege to have you at this eventful ceremony. I convey my sincere thanks to all of you. Your eminent presence has indeed made this event memorable.